Can y'all hear? Can y'all hear me? Come on in. I don't know, babe, but I'm definitely going to talk about labels. We're definitely going to talk about labels, though. That's for sure. Both. Yeah, we're definitely gonna talk. We definitely got to talk about the post I posted a few minutes ago, because that's a magic question. Do quartet groups need labels? And the short answer is no. The short answer is heck no. Do quartet groups need labels? Heck no. Hecky no. That kick drum sound good. Quartet groups do not need labels. Did I hear all that noise? Uh-oh. Quartet groups do not need labels. No. You definitely don't need no label that's not trying to partner with you. And partnership is when you and that company bring something to the table with some type of revenue share or something on the back end that mutually benefits both parties involved. If you are not in a deal where it's mutually beneficial for both parties involved, you should not be in business with them. If it is lopsided in their favor, you should not do business with them. And let me tell you the craziest predatory thing, which is why you should build your brand before you even try to team up with somebody. The lower your numbers are, whether it be social media following, streaming numbers, the lower your numbers are, the weaker your online presence is, the bigger the target you are to be what's the word? Be taken advantage of, but there's another word I wanted to use. If you don't, because it's called, like, the thing about doing music and the thing about going to sign deals, especially with labels, it's this word called leverage. And what leverage is it's like what you bring to the table that gives you negotiating power. If you don't have followers, if you don't have a lot of followers, if you don't have a lot of monthly listeners on Spotify, if you don't have a big social media presence, if you don't have ways to show value, you don't have leverage. And if you don't got leverage, you don't got power. So they gonna tell you, which I understand it, they gonna tell you they the one taking the risk. And because they're taking the risk, they should get the biggest piece of the pie. Don't fall for it. Because the truth of the matter is that's not 100% wrong. That's not 100% wrong. That's the key. From a business perspective, if they are taking on all of the risk, they're going to want the upside on the reward. So instead of you signing a deal, you should go build your brand and get some leverage. And once you get to a place where you've done all you can do by yourself, you should go to a company that will provide a service for you in a form of a partnership that's mutually beneficial. If it ain't mutually beneficial, don't do it. If it ain't mutually beneficial, don't do it. Because people will have you signing deals that benefit them. Forget nostalgia. Forget logos. Forget perception and hype. Read the dotted line. That makes sense, guys? Say amen if that makes sense. My shirt ain't right. I was fixing it earlier today too. Let me try to get right, because my wife be looking at when she editing, she be wanting to make sure I'm right. Playing myself some talk music while I tell y'all don't sign no record deal. There ain't that many. Okay, let's be clear on top of that. There ain't that many artists in Quartet that are gonna get signed by, let me say it the right way. Record labels ain't really signing Quartet artists anyway. And if they do decide to sign you and you don't have no leverage, two. If they do decide to sign you and you ain't got no leverage, they taking everything. And the truth of the matter, they can't give you nothing you can't give yourself. They can't exposure. There ain't no more TV shows. The internet is the exposure. You can get exposure without a record label. You can get exposure just singing an acapella in the living room with your group and posting it. Babe, they don't want to take the risk on Quartet, and here's the reason why. Okay, so now I'm gonna play devil's advocate for labels. Taking the risk for Quartet artists, the reason why the contracts would favor the label is because the Quartet groups ain't gonna do the work to recoup the money. So the most that the label can get out of it is owning the catalog and maybe licensing it or getting whatever pennies they can from the publishing and streaming. Because the groups ain't going to do no work. The groups ain't going to do no work. Gigging is not work. In 2025, doing Quartet shows is not work. That's not work. Work is frequent releases. Work is social media content. Work is going live. Work is building a community. Work is growing your fan base and your Spotify monthly listeners. Work is being able to do a show without headliners in a city that you're popular in and sell out with no other groups. Work is being able to put out a hoodie and be able to make thousands of dollars a month on different merch when you release different songs and merch to go with it. That's work. Gassing up the van and getting on 95 to drive 12 hours to a show where the promoter ain't got all your money is not work. And a label ain't gonna make their money back that they invest from that. So on the flip side, I understand the label's point of view of why they like, all I can get from you is your masters. Hey, what's goody? Malika, what's goody? If you are a lazy artist and you don't have a leverage, a label is not gonna sign you. And if they do sign you, they gonna take your publishing and your masters because that's all they got. Hey, they gonna gas up that 15 passenger. And they gonna have us on that slab, Chris. And they ain't gonna have our dust. They gonna have us on that slab, but they ain't gonna have our dust, Chris. And then they gonna be mad. They gonna be mad because the label ain't investing in them. You a risk. It's a risk. I ain't gonna lie. The flip side of it is that's why it's better to just do your own thing. It's better to do your own thing. Because if you ain't got no leverage, they taking everything. And if you ain't got no fan base, you ain't got no leverage. If you can't show them on paper or if you can't show them your social media accounts and they see real numbers, you don't stand a chance. And if they like you enough to sign you anyway, they taking everything. And if they give you an avenue to radio, they taking that publishing. But they ain't gonna hardly invest in on the front end anyway. That's what's crazy. That's what I'm saying. Like, the better thing, the promoter ain't have I split. Chris, people be mad at me, bruh. People be mad at me, bruh, but it's real. They be acting like they, you know that's real, bruh. Hey, it's real, bruh. It's real, bruh. But yeah. And if you need help, hang up. Hey, if you need help, like, partner with a company that's going to really do, like, real partnership with you. But you got to put in work, bro. And gigging is not work. We out here working. No, you're not working. You are. Man, what's goody? Gigging far away from home, not making money is not work. That is I ain't gonna say what I want to say because what I got in my mind is wild. But leaving the house, going 10 hours away from home to come back home with less than what you left with, that's not work. And labels, if you can't show, you ain't got no leverage if all you got is gigs. If all you got is gigs and a 10-song album you threw together, they taking it. They take a label. If they gonna deal with you, they taking it. You'll be better off just grinding and working hard. Just don't have enough courage to do. Hey, Chris said people just don't have enough courage to do different. They want to look important. Oh my gosh. My wife be saying the same thing. Every time I bring up us doing better as far as work, she always say they don't have the courage to do different. She be saying the same thing. Why not, Chris? You out here, Chris. What are they scared of? It's better to, but haven't we all learned that ain't none of us really important? We haven't, like, is that, Are there actually artists and groups and lead singers and producers out here who think no, I gotta chill. Because the truth of the matter is there are fans and groups in small towns that don't have a lot of exposure and older people who aren't on the internet who do think some of us are important. Chris, we are all local. Yes, there are people who are unlearned and unaware who think we are important. I just thought about that. I just thought about that. There are people in Timbuktu towns who would drool at our resume, even though it's a facade. Hmm. But to answer the question, the answer is no. Quartet artists do not need record labels. Some quartet groups do need help, but you first need to be ready to work. And what does work look like? Work look like calling Mario Smith. I'm a lead singer. Okay, I want to do some music. This is what work look like. Okay. I'm gonna just make up names. I'm a lead singer. I got a group. One of my singers is super, super dope. The dopest singer I got in my group. I'm taking the dopest singer I got in my group. I'm getting with my MD and I'm getting with a songwriter. I'm getting with a content creator. And we're going to sit down and have a meeting of the minds session. That's the first thing I'm going to do. If I'm a lead singer, that's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to get with my MD. I'm going to get with the dopest writer. I'm going to get with my MD and a songwriter and a content creator and the dopest background singer I got, the one that's versatile, that do runs and listen to R&B all the time. That person. I'm getting all them in a room and we're going to say, hey, let's strategize. It's because people are scared to stand out. It's because people are scared to stand out. You know the group of kids who always wanted to be apart, not knowing it wasn't really sweet on the other side? Yep. FOMO. Hey, but yeah. So you get with that core group of people and you strategize. Hey, man, this is what I want to do. This is what I'm thinking. What y'all think? What should the message be? What should the sound be? Do we have the giftings and capabilities in-house to get records done? Do we need to hire a producer? What we need to do? Okay, content creator. What will it look like? What's a plan we can execute? How much you gonna cost? And the content creator may not cost much at front. Here's the key though. They may not cost a lot or they may not cost nothing. But it only makes sense for them to do anything for you if you got a real vision and you ain't messy. And if it's a girl, don't try to sleep with her. If you a guy and your content creator is a girl, don't try to sleep with her. Jesus. Just get the work done. Create a vibe, have a meeting. Hey, what we need to do? Can we do a monthly plan? Can we do a weekly plan? What's the most we can do without it burning us out? Because that's another thing. 10 years ago, 15 years ago, quality over quantity was the goal. Now today, quantity produces quality and quality is subjective. So even what you think is quality may not be quality to some, but quantity is undeniable. 10 videos is 10 videos. Whether they good or not is not even up to you. It's up to what they say. So it's quantity. Quantity leads to quality. Quality is subjective. 10 videos is undeniable. formula. The 1800s is crazy. That boy didn't even say 1900s instead of accepting that. So Chris says some of them are also still holding on to the formula that worked in the 1800s. Wild. Instead of accepting what's now the new normal, such as content, etc. Yes. And if you are stuck on a new formula, that's when you need to put somebody on the team that understand what's going on today. Being on your high horse or your soapbox of the yesteryears or whatever be happening, fear, insecurity, lack of knowledge. There's too many. Okay, willful ignorance cannot be accepted in 2025 because there are too many ways to find the information. Willful ignorance cannot be accepted in 2025 because there are too many ways to find the information. Willful ignorance cannot be accepted in 2025 because there are too many ways to find the information. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, like doing 12 song albums with no audience. That's the big one. Doing a 12 song album with no audience is putting the cart before the horse, to say the least. Doing a 12 song album with no audience is like, I can't even think of an analogy that will equate to that. Dumping the Blockbuster won't cut it anymore. Hashitashi, Chris. Hashitashi. Dumping the Blockbuster won't cut it anymore. It won't. Because here's the thing. You could headline the Blockbuster and dump it, and nothing in your career change. It won't lead to more solid business. It won't lead to a raise. It won't lead to higher streaming numbers. It won't lead to doing partnerships. It won't lead to sponsorships. It'll just be, man, like, you see that video of so-and-so in the No Airs? Man, they killed that boy last week at the Blockbuster. Band didn't get all their money. You sweating your suit out. Your keyboard player called you in the middle of the night because his car broke down. You don't got no money to give to him. Your AAA done expired. Gigging, hitting the road and gigging is not work. It's promo. Okay. Let's have a paradigm shift. Ooh, y'all share this live with artists. Y'all share this live with artists. Y'all share this live with artists. Here's a paradigm shift for you. Consider Quartet gigs promo. It's all promo. Every Quartet gig should be a content shoot day. The money side of your business, don't even think of it coming from the Quartet circuit in the way the Quartet circuit is today. But if you gonna do the Quartet circuit in the way that it is today, consider it promo. Make sure you got a business. Make sure you got an LLC. Make sure you have hired your group members and band members, or you subcontracted them out so that y'all can write off the trip. Get a van in the company name and write off the trip. And you take a content creator, make sure you got all the documentation and invoices, and just, if you gonna hit the road and not get paid all your money, let it be a content shoot day. Film riding there, vlog it. Film the sound check, film going to the hotel, film the performance. I'm giving game. If there's any Quartet artists in here or any that's going to watch the replay, oh man. I didn't mean to do that. I just gave out a major key. My wife is gonna be upset. For those of you who heard, I'm gonna shut up. For those of you who heard what I said, rewind it, because I can't say no more. My wife gonna smack me when I get in the room later. If you heard what I said, did you hear what I just said, bruh? Facts, Chris. Expose the reality of the situation and tell the story about it. Yes, bro. No lie. Film that part too, bruh. Film the grind. Get people invested in the story. Oh my God, game. That was a, man, to whoever who watched this, if there's a quartet group, a lead singer that end up seeing what I just said, oh my God. Oh, Jesus. I could end this live. That was at least $100,000 worth of game that I just gave. I just gave somebody real game. Yeah, I know my wife upset. That's why y'all need to book a consultation, bro. So we can really talk for real. 30 minutes is $45. An hour is $100. Book a consultation. Let's talk, yo. Because some people really don't know. Man, book a consultation. Let's chop it up. But that gem I just gave, though. Woo-wee. You got to be willing to work, though. You got to be willing to work. It won't work if you don't work it. It won't work if you don't work it. But what I just said, sheesh. Quartet groups do not need record labels. To be honest, no artist needs a record label unless they want to be a superstar. And a record label that ain't giving you six figures, you could do it yourself. Everybody looking for overnight success. It's crazy. If you ain't getting at least $100,000 and keeping your masters and if you got to give up some pub, not all of it, and ain't nobody finna get no quartet artist no $100,000. So no label for you. You ain't got no leverage. You ain't got no fan base. You don't got no monthly listeners. You ain't got no data to show where you hot at. Oh, you ain't got no leverage. The last song you put out was about Job. Was sick so long, flesh fell from his bones. Nah, you ain't got no lev. If a label sign you like that, they taking it all. Cause you ain't got nothing to give but that. The reason why they gonna take your publishing and your publishing and your masters is because all you got to give is the music. Because you don't have an infrastructure in place to recoup an investment, which is why they not gonna give you no advance. They not gonna give you no advance because you don't have an infrastructure to recoup the money. But they will exploit you and get you to sign on the dotted line so they can own the masters and publishing. So it's better to go get some leverage. And if you need help, get with a media company or get with an independent like company that has like label services. People that can guide you. You really just need like guidance. You really just need like somebody to point you in the right direction of where you should be going and somebody that can help you execute. That's what you really need. Because there ain't no such thing as a distribution deal. Distribution deals, let me explain something to you. Labels hoodwink you today into thinking you got a distro deal. You don't need a distro deal for digital music. You don't need a distro deal for digital music. People used to need distro deals because they stuff needed to be put on shelves. Ain't no shelves on the internet, man. Ain't no shelves on the internet, y'all. You don't need no distro deal. Now, there are some independent distro companies that do provide label services that might be worth looking into, but they need to have an upfront bag that's pretty hefty. And the deal need to be mutually beneficial. And if it ain't, don't take it. And if you ain't ready to work hard, don't complain about what you ain't got and who ain't paying attention. That's the last thing you want to do is be crying and not working. You can't be moving in circles complaining now. Can't be doing that. Quartet groups, you don't need no label. You need a work ethic, a strategy, and a team. Quartet groups, you don't need no label. You need a work ethic, a strategy, and a team. You need a work ethic, a strategy, and a team. And you need a team captain of each at each pillar or each whatever you want to call it, section of the business. Merch, social media, production, writing, styling. Some of these things, one person can do more than one thing, but you need to have people. If you the lead singer and you don't know how to dress and you don't know how to write and you don't know how to strategize and you're not good with money, even though you're the lead singer and you started the group, you should probably only be singing. And you can't throw your weight around of being the lead singer that started the group if you are terrible in all areas but showing up to sing. If you're terrible in all areas but showing up to sing, put people in place and you just show up to sing. It'll be beneficial for your whole entire camp if you don't throw your lead singer weight around if all you can do is sing. If you're terrible with money, don't know how to dress, don't know how to write, don't know nothing about social media, just show up and sing. Yeah, that's the right thing to do. Don't be hitting people with this my group or what we need to be doing then. I don't know. And then you going to follow an old blueprint just so you could be calling the shots, telling people they need to pay dues and hit the slab. And we need to do these 10 songs. And we need to be busting houses. No, man. No. This is not 1989, man. You need to put people in place and just show up to sing. This is not 1989. Like Chris said, busting the blockbuster ain't gonna do it this day and time. Dumping the blockbuster is not enough in 2025. It might get you a good a good Facebook Live clip that somebody else gonna get paid from because you didn't film it. Know what I'm saying, man? You don't need a label. You need a work ethic, a strategy, and a team. You need a work ethic, a strategy, and a team. You need a work ethic, a strategy, and a team. Quantity leads to quality because quality is subjective. Quantity is undeniable. 100 videos is 100 videos. Whether they're good or bad is not up to you. But 100 is better than one. Quantity leads to quality and quality is subjective. Quantity cannot be denied. 100 videos is better than one. And whether they good or not is not up to you. All you can do is your best. And the one you think is trash is probably the one people gonna love. And the one that you put all of your whole heart and mind and body and soul into is probably the one that's gonna suck. That's why you need to do it so many times that you have that many opportunities to hit. Get it? Quantity leads to quality, and quality is determined by the viewer, not the creator. Don't put 12 songs out at one time with no fan base. Split the 12 songs up and create a strategy around the release of one song at a time over a long period of time to give those 12 songs a longer shelf life. Stop putting out 10 to 12 songs at one time with no fan base, having an anniversary where 20 people come and then don't nobody listen to it no more after that. Stop doing that and stop rushing the project so it'll be done on the date that you predetermined before starting the record, and now you rushing the production and the mixing process because you want CDs on the table and don't nobody got no CD player in their car. Quit that now. You stressing these producers and musicians and engineers out for your anniversary that 10 people showing up to. Now they not giving their best because you rushing them. And 2 of the 10 people bought the CD and they your family members. You might as well have just waited. Amen, lights. Amen, walls. We ain't strategic, bruh. We ain't strategic. We got to be strategic. We got to be intentional. We got to be moving forward. Come on, man. You come in in October. You want 12 songs done. You come in October the 3rd and your anniversary November the 20th. You want me to produce, engineer, mix, cut your vocals and your group vocals. And you want to have a photo shoot and you want CD Baby to sing. Man, and you want to go manufacture 500 CDs in 40 days. That's insane. Stop that. Quit doing that now. In 2025, a 10 to 12 song album with no fan base is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Spread it out. Create a strategy around each song and use that body of work to help build and cultivate your fan base. Create content around those songs and the storyline of the album. And then put out a deluxe or special edition down the line, way down the line, after you got some eyeballs. 10 to 12 songs with no eyeballs is a waste of everybody's life, especially when you didn't have the money to pay for it in the first place. So now people can't even make their money back because ain't nobody listening to it. So when producers don't want to work with you, they not arrogant. It's just not worth the time because you don't have the money and you don't have the fan base. So I don't understand what the producer would get. You rushed it so it ain't as good as it's supposed to be. So you can't use it as a part of your resume because producers shame to tell people they produced it. Because you rushed it for your Annie. Producers are not arrogant when they tell you they're not going to produce your album. If you don't have a fan base and you don't have the budget, producers are not arrogant when they say they're not going to produce your album. No, they are not. They are smart. They are counting up the cost of working with you, and the math don't math, so the answer is no. You got to respect that. You got to respect it. Okay, a 3-minute single. Oh, we might could do that. We ain't gonna set a release date until after we got the master. Oh, we're gonna do a photo shoot to make sure it match the sonics of the song. Oh, and I hired a social media strategy to help us do a 30-day campaign for the song. Oh, now we talking. Now you got the producer's attention. Yeah, now you got his attention, her attention. Yeah, they can work with that. Yeah, let's get it going. Then they may be like, "Hey, yo, man, I believe in what you're doing, and I like this song, so I'm gonna give you a discount. I'm gonna give you a discount so you can be able to make sure that content creator straight. Cause I need this. I need the world to hear this. Cause it's fire. See, that's what you want. You see what I'm saying? "10 songs of nursery rhymes and Sunday school Bible stories that you made in 40 days for your anniversary is not something a producer gonna be proud of. Especially when you got to the last mixing session and was like, oh man, can you front me this? And then we use the money we make at the anniversary to clear the balance. And then nice producers be like, yeah, no problem, and then never get paid. Heck no. I need the balance now. It's my balance and I need it now. It's my balance and I need it now. I can't wait for you to see if you're going to sell these CDs. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I can't wait to see if you're going to sell CDs. I can't do that. I can't do that. Cause that ain't guaranteed, and my family got to eat. My family ain't got. My family I don't know nothing about your anniversary, and my mortgage and lights don't care nothing about none of that. I showed up to work, and I delivered as per our agreement. No, I cannot wait for after your anniversary. No, I can't. And when producers hit you with that, calling them arrogant is insane. Man, they was trying to act funny, man. They money hungry. No, it just costs to get a record produced, and they provided their service, so where they money? That's not money hungry or arrogant, that's business. When you go to McDonald's and you buy a double quarter pounder meal, you don't get up to the window and ask them, hey man, can I go ahead and take this meal now? And then I'm going to go do this service. And after the offering, I have the money to come back and give you the money for the double quarter pounder meal. No. That ain't, it don't work like that. I don't know why people think when it comes to music, especially gospel music, that something wrong with doing business. We over spiritualize the process to the point where we think it's ungodly to do good business. I don't want no IOU. I don't want none of that. Cause my kids hungry today, and I did this work today. No, I cannot wait till after your anniversary. No, I cannot. You might need to push the date back. You might need to push the date back, man. But to go back to the question, no, Quartet groups do not need labels. They need a work ethic, a plan, and a team that they actually allow. That's another thing. Let people do what they do, especially if you don't know what you're doing. Let people do what they do, especially if you don't know what you're doing. Let people do what they do, especially if you don't know what you're doing. Because if you knew what you were doing and what to do, you wouldn't need them. If you knew what you was doing, if you knew what to do, you wouldn't need them. Huh? Need a work ethic. You need to show up, bro. I know y'all got different work schedules. I know y'all got different work schedules. You and your group and everybody producer got different work schedules. Y'all working at from one of the cribs. Whatever y'all need to do, I need y'all showing up. I don't care if it's scattered. The background singer's got to come on this day. Lead singer got to go to work. He got to come on another day. But I need you working. And not just on Friday gassing up the van. That ain't work. That's promo. Anytime you gas up your van to go do shows on the weekend without getting paid, you just did promo. You weren't working. You were promoting. And you ain't got nothing good to promote. That's why I need you working. See how that works? You work during the week on your music and your content, and then you go do your promo on the weekend. See how that can work? Whoo, man, y'all book a consultation, bro. Good God. Good God. Become a TET support member. $10 a month. Join the community for free. Book a consultation if you need it. Get the free Quartet dictionary, because there are a lot of terms that we have heard. There are a lot of words that we have heard. Rich, what up? There are a lot. Rich is another musician that know the real deal about this life where folks be pretending. Y'all, Rich is a beast too. He's a multi-instrumentalist who been out here on the slab, good days and bad days. Rich, people be upset with me when I keep it real, Rich. Hey, Nash. People be mad, Nash. Nash, I'm telling the Quartet people they don't need no record label. They need the work ethic. They need a work ethic, a plan, and a team. You need a work ethic, a strategy, and a team. And gigging ain't working. It's promo, especially when you ain't never getting paid all your money. If people are going places with it, that's promotion. On the weekend, we do promo. Good God. Rich, hey, Nash said, let them be mad. So, okay, let's talk about it. There is a consensus amongst the Quartet community. I ain't say it. Nash said it. Mario said it. Chris Darden said it. Quartet artists, are y'all lazy? Nash be out here with the best of them all the time. So if Nash say y'all lazy, I'm inclined to believe him. That would explain. So do y'all want a record label because y'all think if y'all got a record deal, the label gonna do the work? We live in a time now where you ain't gonna really get no big push from no label. This is what labels now are like. The role of a label now is lighter fluid. Labels are gasoline. They not the match. Man, rehearsing and being prepared to sing ain't the. Hey, listen, that ain't enough. That's not work. It's a part of what needs to happen to perfect the performance, but that ain't the real work. That ain't right, Nash. That ain't all to it. Back to what I was saying, because that was a good point. In 2025, labels are more like gasoline or lighter fluid. They not the match. They in the business of growing a fire that's already a fire. So you need to be, if you need help making something bigger, if you have done all you can do and you have made something as big as it could possibly be independently, then you go to a label and you have the leverage to negotiate. But if you got a box of matches and ain't lit no fire, and you go to a label with the box of matches and say, I got a box of matches, but I don't got no fire. If they got to light that fire, man, they taking everything. Because if we got to light it and fuel it, this ours. Which I don't blame them. I ain't gonna lie, that make business sense. If I got to light it and fuel it, it's mine. Appreciate it. You go work off of it. I slap my logo on it and put it on my YouTube channel, and you're gonna get you're gonna get people who want to do gigs because they recognize the logo. You're gonna get booked because they recognize the logo. You might not get paid, but you're gonna get booked. Because the logo has historical value. So you're gonna get booked. You might not get paid, but you're gonna get booked. But since we got to start the fire and fuel it, this ours. So it's better to light your own fire and get it as big and as hot as you can possibly get it. First of all, you're going to find out that you don't need them. And if you do decide you need them, you will have leverage. Yo, this song is super hot. We got 100,000 followers on TikTok. We got 150,000 followers on Instagram. We got 500,000 followers on Facebook. We have 350,000 monthly listeners. We are hot in the East Coast, down 95 North and South. This is our hottest place. We want to do a release album here in our hottest place, and our song has grossed this much money, and it has 2 million streams. Label, can you help us? They show, yes, I would like to retain my publishing and my masters. I don't mind giving up a little bit of the publishing, but I won't let you have it all. And it's we are going to license this. This is going to be a licensing deal where you give me some upfront money to do this show and help fund it and promote it and put it on the radio. And you will have partial ownership of this publishing for this amount of time. And then once that time is over, all of the publishing reverts back to whatever entity my group is under with they publishing. That's how you do that. Book a consultation. Good grief. Did I spit on my mic? Sorry, Mike. Book a consultation. Man, golly. Babe, I'm sorry. Do the legwork on your own. You can have more demands later on. Right, Nash. You ain't gonna have no negotiating power, man, if you ain't got no fans, man. The people who showing up to gigs was gonna show up anyway. I done said it. Seniors, artists, musicians, seniors, pens, children. That's the audience right now. Artists, this who show up to shows. Artists, musicians, seniors, pens, kids. Tell me I'm lying. Nash, tell me I'm lying, Nash. I got a witness in here tonight. When you get to the gig, who gonna be there? Artists, other groups, the musicians for them groups, the older crowd who still go to concerts, pens, and the kids. And the kids are either the group member kids or the seniors' grandkids or the pens kids. Nash, am I lying? Nash said not a lie at all. Bruh, go get you a fan base group. Nash says, shut them lives down. They killing Nash. People disagree with me, Nash. Them lives, I'm trying to tell you. Ain't nobody coming to the, hey man. People who like Quartet from the ages of 17 to 40, who you have not provided value for, they're going to watch the lives. Fans that love Quartet that ranges from the age of 17 to 40 are not coming to the show if they can see it on the live. If they ain't messing with somebody that's going to be there, they ain't coming. If they ain't 65 and up who are used to the tradition of going to concerts when it used to be popping, they ain't got nothing else to do. They coming. Other groups got to be there because they singing. Band members got to play. Come on, y'all. Nash said that's why they ain't coming. They on live free. And y'all, Nash, I ain't gonna name drop all the artists Nash be playing for, but Nash out here with the big boys. Nash out here with the big boys. He's literally out here with the top of the food chain, guys. And I got a witness. Thank you, Nash, for dropping through. Cause people be thinking when I'm on here with no witness, people be thinking I'm trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to help free my people, bro. I'm trying to help free my people. I'm trying to help free my people, bro. I'm trying to help free my people, bro. No, you do not need a label. You need a work ethic, a strategy, and a team. Quartet groups, you do not need a label. You need a work ethic, a strategy, and a team. And if you don't have the pieces on your team that you need, hire them. If you don't have the money to hire people, partner with a company, indie label, a media company, and do revenue share with them. And let them put the things together. Hey, we live and we learn. Well, some of us, yes. Some people live and learn, and some people live and burn. Some people live and learn, others live and burn. G, what up? G, what's good, bro? G, I'm in here trying to help our people, bro. G is another one. G do photography and everything. Hire G. Sit, G. You a lead singer? Call G. Be like, G, I want to get you on a conference call, bro. You paying attention to what's going on. What I need to do to be relevant. Ask G. Hire G. Hire Trey Burgess. Get them in the room, whether it's a FaceTime conference or Zoom. Get them on the phone. Be like, hey, man, what it's going to take? Russell in the building. Hey, man, what it's going to take? G and Russell, I'm standing here just because y'all in here. What it's going to take, bro? Like, what I need to do, what my strategy need to be. How do I need to be moving? Let's pay attention to the sounds. Okay, what's sonically happening? What's lyrically happening? What's missing? What's a gap we can get in? What is the culture missing? What's not being said? Let's get up in there. What's not being done? Let's get up in there. How can we show up on a consistent basis? G ready to work. Hire G. There's so many people y'all could be hiring and just, I don't know. I don't understand. The youngest is ready. I don't understand. Oh man. G, help the people. Hey, Nash talking about stop going over your time. Give some time back. Okay, let's talk about that. Nash, just give me stuff to talk about. G, Russell, y'all give me stuff to talk about. I'm going to just rant. Stop going over your time. It is way more pro. If you got 15 minutes and you do 12 and a half, promoters start docking when the artists go over. Listen, if you give time back, bro, especially when the gig started late and they got to be out the building at a certain time, but you still want to dump house and prove that you was worth being the headliner, so you going to go over your time after the gig started late. You done talk too much and now you overgoing your time and they got to be out the building by a certain time. Y'all, this is my life. I spent all of my, not all, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, I spent all of my teenage years doing this. So I know what I am talking about. Russell said the old ones may be intimidated to ask the young ones. That is a reoccurring thing that I've heard multiple people say in the comments. So we got to figure out what makes the old. Are the old heads not wanting to? Okay, they used to be popular, so they don't want to look like they dumb or something. So it's like, I'd rather fail than be perceived as somebody who don't know. But here's the kicker. Here's the catch-22. It is very clear that you don't know. You don't have to tell me you don't know. Your lack of fruit tells us all that you don't know. So you just rather die a silent death and everybody watching you. We watching you die. Pride is killing you. We would respect you much more to say, I don't want to die. Do they, G? Hey, G. Okay, let's talk, G. G says, speaking of old heads, they act stank. G. I don't know why. See, I'm not the only one. I love when people come in here. I'm not the only one. It's not just me. It's not just me who notices these things. Hire a real sound man with quality sound and backline. It ain't just me, guys. These are qualified people in these comments. It's not just me. I'm not crazy. Hey, our generation just telling it like it is, and the old heads be mad. But it's like, bro, we can't keep doing it y'all way, because y'all keeping us broke. Y'all keeping us, we broke. We is talked about badly by all of the rest of the world. You got us in a bad spot, OGs. You got us in a tight spot. A prominent producer of Quartet looked the miss of me, and I looked up to them, but I keep crying though. Wow. Merle said it been janky like that. G, that's G. I'm stuck on that, G, because I understand. If you don't have the funds, build it till you have it. Exactly. I keep saying that, Nash. Go sit down somewhere and build it. Go sit down somewhere and because here's the thing. What's wrong with not singing for 12 months when you ain't making no money no way? What's wrong with coming up with a year plan that don't involve spending more money than you make and positioning yourself with leverage, teaming up with people who believe in you, that got the giftings to help take your vision and career to the next level? Why not sit down at the house for 12 months with those key players like G, like Nash, like Trey, like Signed by Jazz, like Jasmine Harper? Why not sit with these people? Why not sit with Petey Green and be like, hey man, I need a video strategy. What we doing? Hey Brock, I need a new sound, Brock. What we doing? Help me. Hey, who's somebody else? Hey, Reggie Halsey, I need some help. My song's stale. All my backgrounds is boring, and I don't know how to sing nothing but one way. Can you help me? Come on, y'all. Ask for help. Cause y'all ain't leaving nothing. Like there's no generational wealth and no successors. There's no you can't pass the torch when there ain't no track to run on. What good is it to pass the torch? Ain't no race. Ain't no track. The mature are intimidated by the fact that we are gifted and we know theory and terminology too. That's real. They don't want to do the work. See, Merle in here just said y'all lazy too. Desmond Gore is incredible. I've been knowing Desmond for a long time. And Desmond done took a route, and Desmond executing on a level. He done went left on us in the best way ever. Tag Desmond G. Tag Desmond G. Tag them. Tag Desmond, Trey, and Brock. Get them in here. Get Desmond, Dre, and Brock in here. I mean, Desmond, Trey, and Brock in here right now. Get them in here right now. Tag them. Let's try to get them in here. Y'all gonna mess around and make me want to I don't know how many people I can put on one call, but y'all making me want to put all the boys on the call at one time. I think I could do that. Tag them. We finna have a round table. G, if we mess around and get them in here, I'm finna inbox all y'all and we finna be up here. If them boys come in here, it's happening. If Brock, Trey, and Dez come up in here and they ain't doing nothing, like if they ain't working, oh, we finna talk. Oh, yes. Cause bruh, it's sad, bruh. And G, here's the thing, G. I'm gonna talk to G for a minute. Here's the thing. G, we so hungry and we so loyal that the people who came before us, we would help them. And we not even asking for nothing, but we definitely don't want to be misused. Give us what we deserve, man. Quit misusing us, man. When we want to help. We want to help build. What is you doing? Don't fight so hard to be relevant that you end up isolating people who could help you stay relevant. Don't fight to be so relevant that you end up isolating people that can help you stay relevant. You hear me? That goes for producers, musicians, artists, promoters, content creators. If you've been doing this for 30, 40 years and people up under you, man, come on, man. Do right. Stop using them to get ahead. Get them the piece of the pie that they deserve so that your legacy can live on, bruh. Golly. Artists that have been doing this for a while that didn't grow up in the social media era, hire. Say I don't know, because we know you don't. Here's the thing. I already said, it's clear that you don't know. You don't look good not saying you don't know. It's clear that you don't have to say you don't know. We know. So you're not hiding your ignorance by not being honest. You're not hiding your ignorance by refusing to ask for help. You're not hiding your ignorance. We know. We can look at what's happening or not happening and determine that you don't know. Just ask, bro. Inbox these guys. Ask. It's humbling to ask, Russell, but it's like, and I gotta remember too, this generation, the older generation is the same generation that think it's weak to get therapy. It's the same generation that think they don't need therapy because ain't nothing wrong with them, even though all that they kids and business partners and everybody traumatized from being mistreated. Mac. But they don't need no therapy though. But if you let everybody that they raised tell it, they need something. You need something. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You think you don't, and you don't want to think you do, but you do. And it's those people that won't ask G to help. It's like, man, hey, man. At some point, we either gonna be like, forget it, or we just gonna be start calling people out. And y'all don't want us to do that. Oh my God. Some of Quartet's heroes would be destroyed forever if some people under them started telling the truth. Y'all heard what G said. A prominent, in all capital letters, producer loked him so bad. G put prominent in all caps. Come on now. It ain't just me. Boy, I wish Trey and Brock and them was getting here. Let me see. Hey man. But yeah, we gotta do better, bro. To push the genre and the culture forward, we gotta do better. We gotta do better. We gotta like hold each other accountable, and we gotta like ask for help where we don't know, and we can't be afraid to take steps toward the future. The internet ain't going away. AI finna slap us in the head. Quartet already late to the party anyway. We gotta step it up. Hey, Max said he Russell too. Yes, two Russells in here. Let's go, gang. Y'all make sure y'all connect. Hey yo, join the community if you haven't. Become a TET support member if you can afford it. The link is in the description below. If you're on YouTube, it's in the description above. If you're on Facebook, let's go, man. It's really my heart's desire to create a community, a safe space for everybody who's ready to break the chains, destroy the yokes, and dismantle the generational freaking systems that are keeping us down. And I really want to create a space for creatives to come together and make high quality music and be able to really like make money from it for real. Bottom line, make money. We're living in a time where the economy is crazy, inflation is crazy, people healthcare about to be like non-existent unless the Democrats hold on and hold out. So musicians deserve to be compensated well for the time that they spend like creating and playing and stuff. Yeah. Slaving over music for days, getting hounded by lead singers critiquing their work, and then they get handed $50 is just not it. And I want to create a platform that changes that narrative. And to create a different look, like just like change the whole narrative. Like I'm trying to be on a wave that changes the whole narrative. Because the narrative is the narrative, whether you want to believe it or not. You know the narrative. You know the goddamn narrative. Yes, the question is, does a quartet group need a label? The answer is no. What quartet groups need is a work ethic, a strategy, and a team. What quartet groups need is a work ethic, a strategy, and a team. They do not need no label. And you definitely should not go to no label if you don't have no leverage. And you don't have no leverage if you can't show no numbers. If you can't show numbers, you ain't got leverage. If you can't show social media numbers and monthly listeners and demographics with hundreds or thousands of people in different cities or states, you ain't got no leverage. If you ain't got a song that you put out independently that went viral, you ain't got no leverage. So if you ain't got none of them things, and you go to a label, they taking everything. And they ain't giving you much for it. Because you're a risk, because you have not shown them on paper how they gonna make their money back. What pieces should the team consist of? A content creator / manager of the content, a producer, a songwriter, a creative director. These roles can be dual roles. One person can have more than one role, but as an independent artist, the very, very important things is a songwriter, a producer, a creative director, and a content creator. Those are very, very important to dominate music and social media. Those are the two things. You need great music and great content around that music to build a fan base. Having a manager for booking and having independent radio promoter for radio, those two things are irrelevant if you don't have a fan base. Doing shows and being on radio should be after you have great songs and a fan base. Because the fans that you build are the ones that are going to come to the shows. And if you don't have any fans and you do shows, nobody's going to be there to see you. And if you have not using the internet to prove a song is popular, you don't have a test market. You don't have a test internet market to justify the spend of amplifying the song on radio. Whoa! Book a consultation. Book a consultation. Book a consultation. A booking agent and a radio promoter is irrelevant if you don't have great songs in the fan base. Because you cannot prove that the song is good. And you don't have nobody to show up to the gigs. If you don't have a fan base, nobody's showing up to the gigs, which is why the gigs are empty. It's not rocket science. The reason why ain't nobody showing up to the gigs is because the groups have not cultivated a fan base. No motion equals no motion. You have not cultivated a fan base. What did I say? When you go to the gigs, who's going to be there? The other groups, the band members of them groups, the seniors who have been going to gigs since they were young, pens and children. Who do the children belong to? They are the children of the pens, the group members, the band members, or the grandkids of the seniors. Tell me I'm lying. Somebody tell me I'm lying right now. Ain't nobody said, "Oh, we put out a single, bruh, and Dallas loves us. We had a viral video, and most of the traffic came from Dallas." After you realize a lot of people in Dallas love you, what you need to do? You need to find the gospel. You got to find giving game. You got to find the people in Dallas and get in touch with them and do promo. And then you got to set up a show in a 100 cap venue, not a big church that hold 1,000 people and only 20 people come. The Quartet gigs look poor because the venue's so big. Do you know how much more effective and you know how much more FOMO you can create if you make content at a small venue that's packed? You can create FOMO way quicker in a small building that's packed. Come on, man. In a city where you got data to show people wanted to see you. Bruh. Versus just going to do your homie a favor 10 hours away and he gonna return the favor for your Annie and ain't nobody come to neither one of y'all Annies. Quit swapping Annie favors with no fans. Quit swapping Annie favors with no fans. You in New Jersey going all the way to Tallahassee because you cool with a group. You get to Tallahassee, you stand at one of the group members' house and you don't get paid because they ain't had no money, but the payment is them coming to your Annie. And ain't nobody there neither. Ain't neither one of y'all got no fan base. Five people there and one of them Facebook lived every group one at a time. These Annie favors are crazy. Merle said, boy, I lived it. Merle played for one of the hottest female quartet gospel groups when they was the hottest. I'm not alone now. Folks be trying to play me like I'm just rambling. No, you're shamed is what it is. No more Annie favors. And don't drive more than 2 hours away from home if it ain't no real money in it. Don't drive more than 2 hours away from home if there ain't no real money in it. Anything over 2 hours don't go if you didn't get your money before you left home. 2 hours is the biggest L you can afford to take. Anything over that don't go if you didn't get all your money. And definitely don't go if you ain't going to take a cameraman with you because you wasted a trip. Because all you got out of that trip is the lady on the front row who went on Facebook Live. Isn't it crazy that the most you got out of the trip is the video that the lady on the front row posted on Facebook Live? That's the most you got out of the trip. You ain't sold nothing. You ain't made no profit because y'all had to put all the money back into food and gas to get back home. All you got out of going to that gig was the Facebook live stream from the lady on the front row. That is insane. Who monetizing? Done went viral on her page and she getting paid. Steve, she getting the money. Look, you done dumped Steve. You done dumped the house. Done got 1 million views and the money belongs to the lady who was on the front row who went Facebook Live on you. Sell your books, Russell. Daggone right. Guys, you can't keep doing that, guys. Come on, man. Come on, man. I'm not crazy, bro. It's too much that can be done, bro. Mac, exactly. It's too much. And 3 people done came on this live and said y'all lazy. The gig is not the work. The slab is the easiest part. It's the part that's the least worth doing if you ain't got no fan base. Gigging and touring only makes sense when people want to pay to come see you. That's the only reason that you touring, is because you have put out some music that people love so much that they will travel and pay to see you. If you have not built that type of demand, going to these gigs is crazy. Listen, people screaming, and she over there getting a message from Facebook that her grandson got to open for her in Messenger. Steve. After releasing a single, when should you put out an EP? After releasing a single, when should you put out an EP? You should put out an EP. Let me see. You should put out an EP after you have gotten, let's see. It should be a real number. Like after you see some traction and a certain number of streams, that's when you should put out an EP. I don't know what the number should be. That's a great question that I'm gonna get a real number for. But I'm saying unless you got 5,000 to 10,000 streams on a single, you shouldn't move on to putting out no more music. Cause it's hard to get that many streams, even when you think you're known. Cause people don't be listening to your stuff for real. They don't be listening to your stuff. So like you need, I say at least 10,000 streams. If you ain't got 10,000 streams, you need to be putting out organic content around that song to create awareness for that song before you put out more songs. Flood the internet with content. Flood the internet with content for that single. Until you see some real traction. A video going viral, streams spiking, your social media numbers going up. You need to see some motion. Yes, organic content. Yes. Flood the market with organic content, stories, everything. Reels, long forms, content, stories, everything. Yes. Flood the market with content surrounding that song, whether it's lip sync videos or whether it's a story behind the music or whether it's behind the scenes of the session. Yes. Flood the market with content surrounding that one song and don't move on till you got real motion on that one song. Do y'all see what Lisa did with Promises? Do y'all see what Lisa did with Promises? Do y'all see what Lisa did with Promises? Lisa got dummity dumb motion off Promises. Do y'all see what Lisa did with Promises? Y'all see the TikTok videos and the user-generated content from Kev on stage and him using Promises and every freaking piece of content he did to promote his book? Y'all see how there was a remix from the TikTok generation and then how she got with D-Lo to do a remix of it featuring that type of music? And you see how she got with Quartet and for Kids to put a cartoon episode on Quartet and for Kids? You see how she got with Faith City and what's his name? What's my boy name? Tim Bowman. You see how she got traction off one song? Motion. You need to see real motion. You need to see the world loving one song before you give her more than that. Especially if people don't know you. Lisa did that and people know her. What you think you got to do if you ain't big as Lisa before you put out a song like Promises? More than Lisa. If that's what Lisa did known, what you think you got to do unknown? What Lisa did with Promises, praise teams who normally sing CCM music on Sunday got Promises in they set. Praise teams who sing CCM on Sunday got Promises in they set. And that one song got to be something that people will remember years from now. It's got to be a good song. I can't stress that enough. A microwaved Bible story can't be your song. Yes, interviews help traction. Absolutely. Get on as many interviews and as many podcasts as you can, no matter what the size of the audiences are, because you can use those clips of the podcast on your own platform, collaborate with those content creators whose interview platform it was, and go crazy. Get on as many platforms as you can. Tell your story about the song, about your life, about how you wrote the song, where you plan to go. All that. Yes. Don't do all that with one goddamn song when nobody don't know you, man. She said, like the YT man having a viral TikTok dance to just to find out ways better. What's that? Just to find out your ways better. Hey, you got to let me see that. I don't even know what that is. Oh, no. Wait. You're talking about your ways better. What's my man name? Frank freaking Forrest. Oh my God. Frank is the content king. Frank is the content king. I be like, golly. And when I look at Frank, I be like, boy, ain't nobody on my side. The quantity of content that Frank put out, Quartet groups would die because they think a gig is a piece of content. That more than they ever better look by the light back together. Oh my God, you're always better. Boom, boom, boom. You're always better. Boom. Hey yo, Frank is doing frequent releases too. And he has a small production team that allows him to crank. It's like a freaking machine. They like a freaking machine. I'm talking about song, content, song, content, song, content. They is smacking. So then when Forrest announced a tour, that mug sold out. When Forrest do that merch, they going crazy. But we don't got nothing to buy into. That's it. I only know about it because kids I babysit were dancing to it. Here, see what I'm saying? And he's riding his wave. Yes, Frank got a sound. Frank got a formula. Frank got a team. And he rinse and repeating like it's a goddamn assembly line. Not TET. TET ain't got no assembly, nothing. Yes, everybody got a job and executing with force. Yes, boy. Yes. It's like, okay, am I the merch designer? Every time they give me a song, I got the merch ready. I got the logo for it. Am I the masterer? Every time the production is finished, I run it through. Boom. We got a Dropbox. You do this part. You do this part. You got the Dropbox. You get it to the joint. You get it to the joint. Put it on the website. Boom. Make the content. You got the content creator. We're going to meet today. We're going to make 30 pieces of content in one day. One piece of content per day. 30 days. Run it. Next month, same thing. You got the master, send me the beat. All right, I'm gonna go do the thing. All right, we're gonna meet on this day. We're gonna do okay, you got the graphic. Hey, you put the sweat on the site, run it. Not us. We over here gossiping. We out here gossiping about who we sleeping with and who mix suck and ain't getting paid no money. While jokers around us running one play over and over and over and over. That's what Larry Reed say. Running one play over and over again. While they have systems in place, we are over here gossiping about nonsense, thinking that the lady in the front row recording our Facebook Live is enough. Steve said, and mix wrong. A soda and a man mentality. Hey man, you gotta tell me what that means. It's people out here it's people out here with a small team that's running a play over and over, the same play over and over, the same play over and over and over and over and over. They got a team, they got a system, they got a strategy. All they doing is plug the new song, repeat the strategy. Plug a 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 new song, repeat the strategy. numbers going stupid. So when they go get a record deal, they saying, I got 500,000 monthly listeners. I got 1 million followers on Instagram. I got 750 followers on Facebook. And I got 2 million followers on YouTube. And then the label saying, okay, let's do a 50-50 split on publishing. Let's do license of the master for 12 months. And here go $250,000 up front that you do not have to recoup. Let's do a rev share on the back end. Once we get our 250 back, all of it revert back to you when the 12 months over. All the mastering belong back to you. Bam, just ran a play, got a major bag. And guess what they do with the 250? They pay everybody who on the team a little bonus. Man, make sure his house paid up. Now he ain't got no mortgage. Guess what they do? Plug a song, repeat the strategy. Plug a song, repeat the strategy. Plug a song, repeat the strategy. Okay, this song just went rocket high. They go to the label. Let's run that play again. This time give me that 300,000 up front. Split the publishing, do a licensing deal on the master. Split the streaming until they get their money back. Next rights back belong back to you again. Guess what? Plug a song, repeat the strategy. Plug a song, repeat the strategy. Plug a song, repeat the strategy. While we over here still singing the 10-song album we made 5 years ago with the lady in front doing the Facebook Live, and we got available now graphics up with old dated suits talking about Paul and Silas and Job and gossiping and smashing pins and doing gigs 10 hours away with no hotel and no per diem and no split because the promoter ain't got the money. Why these other people running that play before they even do a gig? Before they do a gig, they running the 6-figure play. They ain't even performed live and they hitting them, they running them up. We were way behind. Sing with a track, Mac. Mac said, bro, I can't be on the road and then come home and can't pay my bills, can't eat and rest for the week. Yes, every praise and God's grace will run into the ground, but it worked. Listen, that's because Luther, here's the thing. Let's talk about Luther for a minute. First of all, Luther has been grandfathered into a system that automatically prioritizes his artistry because his daddy was that guy. And Luther writes smash hits that cater to his base, and he know how to make a song that's going to tear that radio up, and he's a part of a system and a machine that is going to automatically make sure he's great. But Luther actually write good songs. Keith knew the business. And he ran the business, and guess what? If you didn't know the business, that won't on him. Keith said, you don't know the business. Oh, I do. Let me get that. Now it's on Billboard. If he won't gone right now, he would have won the Stella. Because he played a game. He know the system and he played the game. He knew the radio game. He knew the contemporary game. He rubbed shoulders and elbows with people on the other side. Kerry Douglas knew every radio plug all over the world, including Kathy Hughes and Radio 1 that's now Urban 1. Y'all, I'm not a dummy. I'm really about this life. Guys. Kerry Douglas' name is said often in Texas. He run it. Carrie Douglas is responsible for Bo Peep and Revive. Carrie Douglas is responsible for Keith Wonderboy Johnson. Carrie Douglas put out one of Darrell's first albums. Carrie Douglas is responsible for James Fortune and Fire. Come on. Come on. They know what to do to get out there. They know the game, Ree. They know the game. They know the game. They know who elbows to rub with. They know who to pay. They know how to make stuff sound. They know who to politic with. Keith would come over here and do Quartet shows for the fun of it. Keith was doing contemporary shows, cruises, and had publishing checks. Some he didn't deserve, but he still had them. He still had them. Luther, I did a podcast with Luther. Go watch it. Luther came up in the era where there was a bag in radio and there was a bag in being on a label. Luther was a writer, so he was going to always be straight. So Luther could do gigs, and if they didn't get all their money, if he needed to, he could use his publishing money to pay his band and his guys. Luther, I'm going to be honest. Luther may be the wealthiest person I've seen with my eyes who gained his wealth from gospel and quartet music as an artist and writer. Luther, let me say this. Luther may be the only person other than Keith. Keith count too. But Luther may be the reason why it's Luther over Keith is because Luther pen really earned him his publishing checks. Some of Keith's stuff was sus. If you know Keith, we love him. God bless him. He's not with us anymore. But if we're honest and we really know Keith, we really know Keith. Luther, on the other hand, Penn really wrote his songs that he got publishing checks for. And he's one of the people that I have seen with my own eyes be extremely successful brand-wise and monetarily through being an artist in gospel and quartet. Luther had Brooklyn, was it Brooklyn Baptist? What's that? Is it Brooklyn Tabernacle? Luther had Brooklyn Tabernacle recording Spirit and other songs, bruh. And they had him on the front row. Go watch the podcast. They invited him to the session when they cut his song, bruh. Now, I think his brother wrote Spirit, though. I think Melvin wrote Spirit. But still, Brooklyn Tabernacle was cutting Luther songs, bruh. They had an orchestra and everything. They Caucasians. Russell said the Luther interview taught me the importance of publishing. Yes, because when you do have a good song and you do have a budget for radio, the return on that investment is insane. But the song got to be formatted right, and you got to have the right independent promoter. It's not mom and pop people like your song, they just play it. No, there's a business in the system. It is payola-ish. TJ, what up? It is a little payola-ish, but you ain't getting on the radio without it. It got some payola on it. It do. But it's necessary if you want to get... Hey, this Caucasian lady that used to work for Cash Money said it takes at least $250 to take a hip-hop song to number one. If you got $250,000, you could take a hip-hop song to number one. Boy, this convo going everywhere. First, I talked about quartet artists not needing labels. Who do I call to fix my song? I'm weak. There's so many people. There's some people in this chat you can call. Got to use payola a bit here and there. You got to grease palms, Ree. Because if people gonna break your record, they need their palms greased. You got to pay. They come up with systems to try to avoid from it being illegal, but it's got a little payola on it. But you got to pay to play. And if you got to pay to play, you at least got to make sure the product is good. They not finna play Paul and Silas that you produced in the barn and cut the vocal in the bathroom. They not gonna play Paul and Silas with bathroom lead vocals. They not playing it because they have a format and a standard to uphold, and they need to be able to plug your song into a system playlist and it not sound like night and day. Got to know the game greased up. And here's the other thing. Let me tell you the flip side. The flip side to payola is you could 803 fresh. You could 803 fresh it. If the internet and the culture catch wind to a song so much so that it's on fire just off the internet, the radio gonna play it without payola. Cause they got they got FOMO. The radio gonna have FOMO if they don't play it. If every other swipe is your song and the internet done took it in this wildfire, the radio gonna play it without payola. They gonna play it because they doing it for the culture at this point. And if people calling and demanding it, hey, this song, I heard this song on TikTok. I heard this song on TikTok. I heard this song on TikTok. The junk can sound like trash. It's still getting played because the culture done called it. It's on fire now. There are exceptions to the rule where stuff cannot be done quite right, but it have the right part. A song that ain't talking about nothing, that got one 15-second dance part, can catch fire and be on the radio and it not even be good. That is an exception to the rule. You can gamble. You can gamble on that if you want to. Because every now and then you get a boots on the ground. Hey, guys. Boots on the Ground is a Southern Soul song, independent by Snake Eyes Entertainment, KG, King George Music Group, 803 Fresh. What's the producer name? T Wizard got them bangers. They Billboard. They all over the world off one song. They done did the porch. They done did the porch episode and everything. They done, what's that porch? What's that porch concert that people be doing? He partnered with King. Yeah, if you look at it, his stuff is partnered. They all, 803 is all them in 803 803 Fresh, KG, T the Wizard, all them in the 803. All them in the 803. So they be kind of partnering up and doing stuff together. You could catch you a boots on the ground. You could get lucky and not even, and your junk get so hot in the streets that the radio just have to play it. But you got to be getting to the getting. Yeah, South Carolina got the game in the chokehold for real. They do. Yes, they do. All them line dancing girls that's going crazy, they all 803 too. Most of them. It's a couple that's not, but yeah. So y'all, we got to get to the getting. We be focused on the wrong things. We be tearing each other down, gossiping so crazy, and we ain't executing. We ain't strategic. We ain't bringing people in the camp who know what to do. These young people know better than you. It don't matter how long you've been doing it. You don't got what to take to do it well today. It don't matter how long. Yes, we can respect your years, but you can't tell me no strategy. You can't tell me no strategy. Blockbuster can't tell Netflix no strategy. You can tell me history, but you can't tell me strategy. We gonna die if you try to tell me strategy. You can tell me history, but you can't tell me strategy. Reset, I promise the young people, I promise you, there's a lead singer out here right now who probably need to let his 16-year-old daughter tell him what to do. Yeah, because they tapped in, bruh. It's 19-year-olds out here making 6 figures a month off the internet. Ree, tell them, Ree. Ree. It's people out here making a bag off the internet. A big one. That we don't even know. Ain't never heard of in our life. Artists too. Artists making $50,000, $75,000, $100,000 a month that you ain't never heard of that don't do gigs. They monetize their social media. They got some type of community on Patreon or something, and they sell merch, and they 6-figuring the fool out of us. We ain't never heard of them, and they don't do gigs, and they making 6 figures a month. It's out here, bro. Millionaires under 25 off the internet. It's out here, bro. Y'all, Casanat is a good example. When Casanat told Kurt Franklin he turned down, how much was it, Ree? Casanat told, I think it was 20 million. I think Kai told Kurt he turned down 20 million. So what I do with my time, what I do in my private time with people that I love, I'm having conversations about how to get to that. I don't care about what nobody ain't doing. Oh, teacher said it was 60 million. That's insane. Reese said it was 18 to 20. Whether it's 18, 20, or 60. Max said my daughter is doing it. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. What in the world? So if you are OG lead singer, you can tell me history, but you can't tell me strategy. And if you ain't ready to get up on this internet, you're through. It's nothing else. It's nothing else. If you, no matter how, there are seniors who got YouTube channels cooking and talking about sports and knitting. There are people who got communities where they teach people how to do quilts that's making 6 figures. Y'all listen to what I'm saying. People that's 60 years old that's out here making a bag off showing people how to knit sweaters with a community that's paying monthly fees. Listen to me. There's older people out here who are not stuck in the old way, who are on TikTok doing comedy, making a bag. Ree, please tell these people, Ree. Ree, tell these people. And all we care about is pens and busting houses. Ree said, bro, people playing with dolls getting millions of views. Ree, help the people, Ree. Make good music and play the internet game. Build a community. Make good music, play the internet game, build a community. Content is king. Use content to create awareness. Use that awareness to create a fan base. Use that fan base to then throw shows in those areas so you won't have flops. Say no to the promoters who ain't never got your money. Don't do no more favors. You got to show up to work every day, though. Every day that you ain't at your other job, you need to be in the studio. You need to be on FaceTime with your team. Y'all need to be plotting the next move. Y'all need to create a system that y'all can rinse and repeat with a band that can just cut from home and y'all send files and create a system that's like a weld oil machine. Y'all need to be assembly lining the fool out of a process. Come on, man. Busting houses and smashing pens is not it. I don't care what nobody tell you, because if it was it, we would be in better positions because you're already doing that. And if it was going to get you something, it would have got you something. It's not rocket science. Get with people who know. Get with people who know. Get with people who know. Get on the phone with people, and instead of talking about what video you recorded and what went viral and who you smashed and who a loke, instead of talking about lokes, get on the phone with a team and say, hey, man, how do we build a business where it's not just about being perceived as professional? What are the steps we need to take to turn our group and our music into at least 5 figures a month in the next 12 months? How can we get to 5 figures a month in the next 12 months? What does it look like? What does it take? What pieces do we need? Do we have the gear that we need? Okay, do we got the musicians in place? Do we got the songs? No, we don't got the songs. I'm going to sit with this songwriter once a week. I'm going to just talk to him about my life, and I'm going to let him turn that into a song. I'm going to let him email that to our producer. I'm going to let the producer do this. Then I'm going to let the graphic designer do this. Then I'm going to get over here with the content creator, and we're going to do this. We're going to schedule this day, and we're going to video this, and this. Then I'm going to get back with the content creator. They're going to set a situation up where it just upload by itself, where don't nobody got to upload it. They put it on the schedule, and we're just going to run that play over and over and over and over. We're going to listen to the fans. If they like slow songs, we're going to do some more. If they want to hear a drive, we're going to do a drive. If they like our story and they want to hear more in that vein, we're going to do that. And we're just going to run that play over and over and over. And we're going to get fan feedback, and we're going to build our community. We're going to start our Patreon. We're going to show them our live sessions. We're going to show them our rehearsals. We're going to take them with us on the road. We're going to run it and 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 run it over. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. People plus process plus product. Yes. The internet world is open for the taking. Yes. Content is important. Yes. Guys, I'm trying to tell y'all, man. I got to get up off of here. Y'all got me turned. I got to get out of here. I love y'all. I got to go because y'all done got me hyped, and I'm going to keep going. So let me go while I'm taking a breath. I love y'all. I'm out. Peace.